Hello everyone, I am Dr. Muhammad Saleh from Pakistan. Either you are undergraduate medical student or you are preparing for highly competent exams like USMLE. My lectures are very much helpful for you. Adhere with my YouTube channel and share with your friends so that more and more students can take advantage from these free videos. Thank you.
This is first video of cardiovascular physiology. In this video, I discuss overview of cardiovascular physiology. The total fluid of body is distributed in two compartments. Total fluid of body. Total fluid of body is distributed in two compartments. Two compartments. Number 1, fluid in intracellular compartment. And the second, fluid in extracellular compartment. The fluid in extracellular compartment. Extracellular fluid is divided into two. Interstitial fluid and blood plasma. Total fluid of body is distributed in two compartments, intracellular compartment and in extracellular compartment. The extracellular fluid is divided into interstitial fluid and blood plasma. The extracellular fluid which is present within blood vessels is known as blood plasma. The extracellular fluid which is present within blood vessels is known as blood plasma, and the extracellular fluid which is present between cells of body is known as interstitial fluid. Means interstitial fluid, the extracellular fluid which is present between cells of body. In other words, cells exist within interstitial fluid. Now see, suppose these are cells. These are cells of our body. And this is interstitial fluid. This is interstitial fluid. Which is present around the cells, between the cells. In other words, these cells exist within this interstitial fluid, and for these cells to function properly, it is necessary that composition of interstitial fluid should be normal. and to keep normal composition of interstitial fluid is function of cardiovascular system. To function properly, for these cells to function properly, it is necessary that composition of this extracellular fluid should be normal, and to keep the normal composition of this interstitial fluid is the function of cardiovascular system. Cardiovascular system. Cardiovascular system perform this function by pumping blood plasma or intravascular extracellular fluid. Means composition of this fluid is maintained in normal range by pumping blood plasma. In other words, composition of this interstitial fluid is maintained in normal range by pumping this fluid. The blood plasma is pumped around every tissue of body. When plasma moves between tissues and capillaries, see here, this is blood vessel, and suppose this is capillary, this is plasma fluid in blood vessel and in capillary. When plasma moves between tissues in capillaries, it is conditioned, means nutrients, oxygen and other substances transfer from plasma into cells in this manner, and waste products or some other substances transfer from cells into capillaries or into plasma in this manner. So when plasma circulate between tissues and between cells in capillaries, like in this fashion, nutrients, oxygen and some other substances move from plasma into cells, and waste products from cells and some other substances or secretions of these cells move from cells into the plasma. Means when plasma circulate between tissues in capillary, the plasma is conditioned. This transfer of substances between plasma and cells is facilitated by capillaries, as thin wall of capillary provide little resistance and make the diffusion easy. In conditions in which demand of cells changes, for example, when a person begins to exercise, there is demand for additional oxygen and glucose, additional oxygen and glucose for contracting muscle. So cardiovascular system must be able to adjust the rate at which plasma is circulated around the tissues and to redirect the flow of plasma to the places where it is needed most. For example, towards the contracting muscle in case of exercise. In this system, the pumping function is performed by heart. Pumping function is performed by heart. Actually, heart consists of two separate pumps. Heart consists of two separate pumps. right pump and left pump. See this diagram. This is a simple physiological diagram of heart. This is left atrium, this is left ventricle, this is right atrium, this is right ventricle, this is right pump or right heart, and this is left heart or left pump. Right heart or right pump consists of right atrium and right ventricle, and left pump or left heart consists of left atrium and left ventricle. The right heart or right pump, the right heart pumps the blood through lungs, and left heart pumps the blood through systemic circulation. Right heart pumps the blood through lungs, and left heart pumps blood through systemic circulation. Now I am making simple diagram of heart. This is a simple diagram of heart. This is left atrium, this is left ventricle, this is right atrium, this is right ventricle. Sorry, this is right ventricle, this is right atrium. Right atrium receives inferior vena cava, and superior vena cava. This is right atrioventricular valve or tricuspid valve. This is called tricuspid because this right atrioventricular valve contains three cusps or three leaflets, and this is left atrium, this is left ventricle, and this is left atrioventricular valve or bicuspid valve, and this is aortic valve. This ventricle outflow of left ventricle, this is aortic valve, and from here aorta originates. This is aorta, and this is pulmonary valve. This is right ventricle, outflow of right ventricle. This is pulmonary valve, pulmonary right, left pulmonary artery, right pulmonary artery, and these are pulmonary veins. Two left pulmonary veins and two right pulmonary veins into left atrium. If I denote the direction of blood flow by arrow, blood enters into left atrium from lungs through pulmonary veins, and then direction of flow, and then into aorta through aortic valve into aorta, and here from right atrium into right ventricle, and then from right ventricle into pulmonary arteries. Each heart, right heart, left heart, each heart is consists of two chambers, atrium and ventricle, and these chambers are pulsatile, means they contract and relax in a alternate fashion. When atrium contract, ventricle relax, and blood is pushed into ventricle, and when ventricle contract, atrium relax, atrioventricular valve is closed, and pulmonary or aortic valve open, and blood is pushed into arteries. Right ventricle pushes blood into pulmonary circulation. This right ventricle pushes blood into pulmonary circulation, and left ventricle pushes blood into systemic circulation. And these two circulations, pulmonary circulation and systemic circulation, are connected with each other in series. See, suppose this is left heart. Left heart pushes blood, left heart pushes blood into systemic circulation, from systemic circulation blood comes into right heart. This is right heart. From right heart, blood is pushed into pulmonary circulation. Pulmonary circulation. From pulmonary circulation, blood reaches into left heart. So this systemic circulation and pulmonary circulation, these are connected with each other in series. In next video, I will discuss physiology of cardiac muscle.